Okay, hello HHAP grant decision makers. Welcome to Open Door Mission in Glens Falls, New York. I thought the best way to show you what has been done and what needs to be done was to actually just show you in a video. That's Charlie, by the way. He's our support dog. So here we are in Warren Street in Glens Falls, 226 Warren Street. This is a 4-story building, over 40,000 square feet. You can see here is a ramp that can be used for those who can't get into the main entrance. This is not the main entrance, but I'm starting over here just to show you the outside of the building. This part of the building right here, the first floor on the front, has been sided. The rest of the building needs to be done. So that is in the total quote that was given to us by Hilltop, was the siding. Here is this side of the building. So we've got a lot of new stuff happening, but this side of the building has not been sided. Now I'm going to go around the other side of the building and take you inside and take you on a tour of what is happening. That's Maureen in there. All right. So this parking lot over here does belong to us. By the way, there is a bus stop right there and there is a sign. We were going to have something for folks to sit in, but we were concerned that it would block people being able to see coming around the corner. So here's our parking lot. In that quote is this parking lot. We have not done anything to this parking lot since we got here. It's not in great shape. We've got a lot of dips. And we have a sinkhole over there, by the way, just beyond that white car. We kind of did a self-fix over there for a hole. That awning over there was part of Stage 3, which was the kitchen. That is a brand new walk-in and a freezer. And then there's the awning over it. So that is completed and that's brand new. And this is the new entry. Now, part also of that last phase, you can see that this is not handicap accessible. When they do the driveway here, the parking lot, they will make this handicap accessible, and we will have something for overhead for when it's raining. So this entryway will be complete. So come on in the front door. There's Charlie again. We do not have a man trap. We would like to make this area a man trap, but we do not lock the front door, this door that I just came in, because if folks are cold or out in the elements, we don't want them to freeze or have trouble. So we keep the 2 front doors open with these entryways, so at least they're getting inside. If they're under the influence or not mentally well, we don't want them outside not able to get help, even though we do have doorbells out there. So here's our main lobby. This was part of Section 3. That is our volunteer desk in the main lobby. Right here in the first office, this is all completed, by the way. This is our street outreach intake specialist. So this position all day long is taking people into our adult shelter and into our services here. Here's our Life Path coach. And Life Path coach, again, completed part phase of the building, works all day with our guests. And then we're going to be walking into the dining room, which was phase 3, and it is completed. And this is an area that basically can be used all day long, not just during meals. So I'll do a quick scan to the dining room. It can seat up to 100 people, occupancy level. We have it less than that still, a little bit less than that, about 70. That's been since COVID, but we did take down our plexiglass shields, but we do have plexiglass shields also, which are downstairs. And this is our line here for the kitchen. And I will bring you quickly through the kitchen. The guys are playing dominoes. Kitchen, again, complete. Brand new kitchen. It's absolutely beautiful. All done. So nice commercial kitchen. Beautiful line past there. Hey, Linda.
Hi, Lauren.
Mostly volunteers in the kitchen that keeps this all going. Gleaning room. So our gleaning truck goes out 5 days a week, many, many different supermarkets. It comes back here to the mission, it goes to the food pantry, it goes to the kitchen, and it also goes out to many places in the community. So many other food pantries and communities, low-income communities, actually we deliver our gleaning to every day. And that's just more opportunity for people to get food. Here's our pallet shelves back here where you keep some for our dry goods. And that's that entrance to that beautiful cooler and freezer that you can see from outside. So kitchen done, complete, beautiful. We absolutely love it, especially the amount of people that we can serve here. By the way, that's backpack. We do a lot of backpack. And right now, the one thing we're working on back here is a high temp dishwasher. So we have a low temp right now. We are working on a high temp. Hello, we have some folks that are have volunteered to do that. Our janitor closet, we are constantly cleaning. As a matter of fact, one of the guests is cleaning right now. They volunteer if they want something to do. A lot of times they will clean. This is just some storage. Normally stuff that may not get as lifted, or it's okay, like go ahead and lift it if you really need a toothbrush or something, but we give all this stuff out all day, every day. Some storage, some lockers for a volunteer. The entire first floor is done, and that's what I'm showing you here. These are ADA rooms for guys, and I don't know if anybody's sleeping in there. If they work overnight, we do allow the men to sleep during the day, but only if they're working. And this is here because the food pantry actually has the volunteers, and they're in here working right now. And I'll show you a little bit of that. So this is a food pantry. It's set up to look like a grocery store. We even have little carts. The gleaning truck is either come in or they're still sorting. And then the food goes on the shelves, just like a little grocery store. People get their carts and they go down and around and shop. So it gives them some dignity and choices and variety, and also so they're picking the things that they like. And yes, we do have a lot of produce. The truck's not back yet. There'll be even more when it comes back. Lots of protein and meat and dairy and bread, so we got everything. Sometimes it gets a little low in here depending on what's happening, you know, in the community and what time of the month. Like right now we could use some more canned goods, but we're doing pretty good. So food pantry. And right across the street, right across the hallway is our clothing closet. And this gets used all day, every day also. Folks come in, I hope I'm not making you dizzy. Folks come in and they need clothing, and they say, hey, I need this, I need that. Often it's shoes and socks, especially when it's raining. All fall, winter, and spring, we give out hundreds of coats. This is all volunteer ran. And you see we're already stocking coats because we know fall's going to be here soon. And here's the clothing closet. A lot happens down here in this clothing closet also. This is a very busy area of the mission. So there's the entrance. What's left to do on these entrances actually are awnings. There's no awnings, and that causes some trouble with ice and raining and all of that. So back down this hallway, again, I'm still on the first floor. Now, the stairwell, front and back stairwell, are completed. This is the back one here. By the way, that's electrical room and a closet. This is the back one here. So we have egress all the way done. Building inspector, certificate of occupancy all the way up. We've got our bed bug zappers. We have 2 of these, and we're taking people in almost every day. And we do zap everything that comes into the mission for the shelter. So I'm going to go into here's hallway bathrooms. By the way, these bathrooms also have showers because folks in the community who are not staying here in the mission, they'll come in and shower. We have a list every day of folks coming in and showering. We have several showers for people to use. They may not have hot water at home. They may not be able to use their shower, or they may be out in the woods this time of year. So all that's very common. So that's what these bathrooms are used for. And I'm coming into the day room. This is used for day services open to the community. And I'll just give you a little bit of a look. Again, completed area. We've got the internet cafe. We've got the area here just for some relaxation, and that's community laundry right now. We are building a commercial laundry in the basement, we hope very soon. But this is also used by our guests here, and also guests all over the community are able to use this community laundry. Usually washers and dryers going all day, every day. I'm going to give you a look into some of the women's dorms. These are 2 people at the most per dorm because of the size. That's all we fit in here. Come on, Charlie. And Charlie's in. Come on. This is very typical. Charlie, come on. except for often we have the women in bottom bunks. That's the women's dorm. Sorry, swinging the camera around. You're probably getting dizzy. I'll slow down a little bit. This is our resident board, so we have different programs. There's usually classes all throughout the day. We put all that information on here. Here's another bathroom with shower. Again, could be used for the community. Here's another look at a typical women's dorm. We have a lot of bottom bunks for the women. We have 6 beds for women. The bottom bunks are always full. Often we have women disabled or older, and that's why that we need more bottom bunks for the women. So Charlie checking everybody out. He knows all of the guests very well. All right, now hang with me because I'm going to walking around a little bit. It might be making you dizzy. Coming out, this is the cart. So our guests, many of them, have chores. We don't require them to do anything to stay here. That's, you know, not the point at all. But often they want to do something. Another men's bathroom here. This is where our frontline care support resource advocates sit. This is our program director, Maureen, in here. So this is a very busy office. She's crazy all day. And admin. This is the only section of the bottom floor that has not been renovated. This is the admin area. It will be the chapel when the building is renovated. The chapel is the only part of the next projects that we really have any funding for, and admin is going to be upstairs. I'm going to take you upstairs in just a minute. Hang with me again as I'm swinging around. Sorry about that. These coat closets and storage closets, mostly full of linens. We have a lot of linens because we can have up to 40 people for Code Blue, and we have 62 beds. So we could have 100 people a night here. Code Blue opens in October and runs through April. This is a good time to show you this room. Maybe it's a bad time, but this room is our learning center, and we have classes in here all day, every day. And it's anything, we have something called Spark, and that's where they learn different things like responsibility, patience, things like that. And then they focus on that all week. They have financial, they have nutrition, they have health, workforce development, all sorts of classes in here constantly. So that's what this room is, a very, very busy room. So this is our learning center. Also, a lot of folks come in from the community and will teach in here. Anything from addiction counseling to CPR, all happens in this room. We've got a lot of classes often. I'm gonna bring you upstairs. This is our front stairwell. We do not have an elevator. That really does limit who we can put into the adult shelter. So I'm gonna go upstairs. On our second floor, the second floor has been white boxed. That's it. The second floor is going to be health and wellness. We're going to have mental health rooms. We're going to have more workforce development. You see it says construction in progress. So white boxed, lots of learning centers. This is going to be a very community busy place every day. So this will be several different rooms when it's completed. This is part of that $4 million project. Like I said, mental health, we're going to have counselors coming in and out. We're going to have addiction recovery. We're going to have workforce development. All of that's happening in this big space. Right here, the stairwell back down there, the stairwell is completed. This area here will be the admin office. And as you can see, we put the least amount of money. We haven't done anything in here. Once in a while we have to make a phone call or we need quiet because we all work together. We'll come up here. But this will be the admin area. And we have IT stuff down there, but you know, it's very raw here. So that's the second floor. All of this is included. There's so much happening, and I think I'm sending you the map so you should be able to see all that will be happening on this level. And then, third floor. You can see the stairwells are done, but if you're not really able to get up and down the stairs, we can't take you into the shelter, unfortunately, you know, for the men. We have room for 3. Lady on the floor. We have room for 3 men downstairs that cannot do the stairs. Okay, we do have 3 of these semi-private rooms. And in this one, I believe we can fit 3. Meg has been up and has given us the sizes of all these rooms and told us who could fit in them. So you can see this is a pretty big room. I think we can get 1 more bed in here. It has a private bathroom. Now these 3 rooms could be used for a couple different things, but our thought behind these were for those folks who maybe needed to be extra level of safety. So that could be people transitioning. It could be, domestic violence is another area that we're very sensitive to, and they need just a little bit of extra safety, and they need their own space, and we just want to keep them safe and others safe. Now these are what we call our pods, and in each pod is 4 beds, and it's just 4 pods on this side and 4 pods on the next side. We are full right now for our capacity, which is 30 people. Yes, there are empty beds, but we need to hire more people, and we need to get other parts of the building done before we could finish and really get, all the people up here. This is the men's room. We do keep supplies right here, Narcan, even though these folks are really working through sober. But you can see it's a beautiful bathroom and lots of showers. And our guests themselves pretty much keep all this clean. They clean up after themselves. They're not required to do anything to stay here, but often they'll clean up after themselves, and they do a pretty good job. All right, this is our first aid box. That's what that is. And I just put this up here so in case we ever need anything. All right, let me move around. If our guys work overnight, they are able to sleep in. This is a little bit of a community area up here, so it's a little bit quieter. We do have a TV with some movies over here. We do control what movies they watch. We don't allow anything with like violence or drug use or that type of thing. In there is another security office. We have over 50 cameras on each floor, and that's just for everybody's safety. So that's my security team sits in there. The frontline team sits up here at night. We have somebody up here, and we have folks downstairs. Here's their janitor closet. In here is another one of those rooms. We don't have anybody in here right now, but this is another one of those rooms. I think this might be 1 person. We may have an extra bed in here. I'll have to look on Ben's list. It may fit 2. But in here's another room for we figured maybe somebody transitioning and doesn't want to, sleep right with the men or right with the women, or domestic violence victim, and we just want to keep them safe. They do have a bathroom right here, so this will be something we're going to be able to use too when we have the need for it. Back door. So this area is pretty much completed. I'm just going to swing you around. It's the other side. This side is full, as you can see, pretty much. It's full as far as how many people we can put up in each one of the pods. We do work every day with how much stuff they have and can keep. It's hard. That's an everyday thing of, less stuff, try not to collect things. And here we go around, and we're back to where we started. So the $4 million includes the entire 2nd floor, the outside of the building, and all those finishing things that we have to have done. Where I didn't bring you is down into the basement, and the basement is where we're going to do the industrial laundry, and also mental health clinic is going to be in the basement. We do have some storage there. We do plan on doing things like folks can come in to get haircuts, that type of thing. It really is going to be a community space. We already have a lot of that stuff happening, but just on a very small level because of the space that we need. And then we can also fill up more of these beds. We are looking right now, or we are actively planning more recidivist reach out. We are talking with folks in all 3 counties, Saratoga, Washington, in Warren County, about our recidivists and actually taking them from around the state. We are talking about domestic violence. Now, while we do have a lot of women here on site, I shouldn't say that, we have 6 women here on site. When we finish this building and this project, our next step that we'd like to do is actually an off-site women's housing. And that is because a lot of the domestic women who's victims of domestic violence do not want to live this close to men, even though they're on a different floor. And by the way, that day room that we went into, that actually gets closed at nighttime, and that is a women's only area. And men don't go in there at all. There is a big door that closes that entire wing off and shuts. And then that is the women's room and a little living room area, and then all of their rooms. And that's because they just don't feel safe, some of them with men so close by. And it just, cuts down on any drama too. So we are actively looking to see how we can be part of the solution for recidivists and domestic violence victims, even more than we are. We always have them here in the shelter. But we believe that that's a couple of areas that we could be very helpful in, certainly for the area, but even across New York State, when those recidivists need to get out of the area or maybe have no choices for housing in the area where they used to live or where they're getting released from incarceration. Just a couple of areas. We have Medicabs coming and going from here every day. We have Baywood, Ascend. We have so many different partners in and out of this building, calling this building. Our program director pretty much all day long is looking for resources, getting folks set up with resources, getting them medication, getting them health insurance. One of the first things we do day one, they get health insurance. Let's get them their ID. They probably need driver's license and birth certificate and all of that. We get them started on classes, and it could even be, here's how to get clean. Let me get you some clean clothes. Let me care for you, so somebody cares for you and you're safe, you're off the street, and then just get them working towards being self-sufficient. How can we get you in a place of your own where you're not going to boomerang and come back here? You can come here for help. We work with our folks for a long, long time after they leave here, but we want to get you as self-sufficient as possible. And by the way, some of those volunteers that we passed in the kitchen and other places, they were or are guests here, and they want to come back and volunteer after they get all set up. Some of them were domestic violence victims also that you saw working in parts of the mission where they're coming back now and they're serving. So we absolutely love to see that. So I can't wait to talk to you about this project some more. Thank you.